Today I'm going to talk about one of the most important problems that parents you're having with your children. And many of us have been through this entire thing, right? Them cell phones, right? And you're trying to figure out how to get your child or your son off the cell phone, the addiction, right? They show the studies of what um, cell phone usage does to children, psychologically, mentally. We see the addictions within us as adults ourselves. But I'm gonna give you these little points that will help you get your child off the cell phone, high usage, and get them back into flowing society. Now, to really get into it, in 2000, man, I say it's like 2006, I get a phone call and someone had referred me to help this mom who has a son in the ninth grade. So we go through the process of me mentoring. So I go to the house where this kid, and it's, relatively a very well-off family, which we don't discriminate, right? We know that cell phone addiction does not discriminate at all. Anyway, day one, I come in and the young man is really sitting on the couch. He's in the backspace, and he's on the video game. He was struggling with going to school, didn't want to go to school, didn't want to attend. And we know some of the reasons why boys are truant, right? We know poverty, we know those things, but sometimes it's the addiction. And so with an addiction, just like any other addiction, we will make up the reasons and the excuses, and we'll tell lies to have access to comfort. So, or the cell phone. So, day one, the first week, we got into a conversation. Day two, the second week, we got into a conversation. Day three, lights are starting to come on. Day four, he's starting to understand. The next time I get a phone call, I go for my fifth session and she pays me and says, it's all good, he gets it. And he takes off. Well, this mom in particular eventually was the mom to give me the nonprofit, Encourage Me, I'm Young. And so we've gone on to help thousands of boys. It turned me into this whole other person. So here's the first thing that you need to do, right, to help move your child, your son, away from the addiction. The very first thing is you have to schedule personal time. That time that you schedule has to be their time, right? In that time, it has to be your time as well, which means when you sit down, you don't have your phone and they don't have their phone, and you work on the relationship away from the electronics. That's the first thing. How do you have a conversation when we have family nights? I'm not allowed to have my phone at the table, and nobody else is allowed to have their phones at the table. So you have to follow this protocol of spending that one-on-one time with your son, right? That means no interruptions. And this is your time with the son, right? So that's the first thing. Personal time with your children, away from electronics, TV, no music, no nothing. Really isolate the time between you and your child. That's the first thing. The second thing is the child is watching you with your electronics. So if you are not necessarily disciplined with the phone and the television and the music and the things that you like, they are going to do the same thing. So you have to watch your time. And this is important because studies show that you have to limit the usage of your media. I think it was Michelle Obama had talked about they only get an hour of maximum 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken, of media throughout the day. That means phone, television, music, those types of things. Why? Because education is still in the books. And the more you can get into the research and understanding the books, the more your child will thrive in this world. Because just because technology is that thing, it doesn't mean that you put down the old school way of learning. It's very important. And the third thing is activity. What is your child's routine? Are they involved in a sport? Are they involved in a play at the school? You have to encourage your child to be active in some sort of programming outside of the media. Track, basketball, soccer, volleyball, chess clubs, things like that. You have to make sure and what I mean by that, I mean these are the structural things that will add to your parenting. Usually at these programs is a coach, a trainer, right? This adds to your parenting. So that's very important for you to understand how that works, right? And understanding the difference is when they give you an inch of what you're looking for, you make sure that you apply our favorite word, which is encouragement. Understanding that this encouragement is going to move your child to another level. So to review, the first thing is that one-on-one time, making sure that you spend that one-on-one time. The second thing is be careful how you're using the social media in front of them so they can learn from your behavior because they're going to mimic you. And the third thing is, right, getting them involved with something outside of media, right? Play, school, after school, mentoring. These are important things to where you're spending a high level of those hours differently. And as you learned, don't give them a lot of screen time. And here's an extra tip to go with you. A child really doesn't need their phone until they're at least at the lowest form, middle school. But in some cases, high school is the best time a child should get a phone. Other than that, that child should be being shaped, programmed in some other programming, and most definitely encouraged, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. My name is Dr. Calvin T. Mann. You can reach me at calvintmann.com. I'm also the president of the Emmy movement, Emmy Apparel, Emmy World. We are all about encouraging. Tap the link and subscribe and keep watching because we need you to know that boys